Welcome to the fight of your life. Are you willing to die and shine? Nobody is taking us down. We are here for the crown of sound. Power.
Welcome to the Power Hour on Access TV on our new night. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
I'm Katie Babbs.
And we are your place for all things rock and metal. And by the way, you saw our new intro where we're all jamming out. What do you guys think of that?
How many hosts of TV shows do you know that learn, play, riff, rock out their own theme song? Katie, you tell them.
I mean, we're just pretty talented people, you know? We're musicians, except not really.
Yeah, we switched
and
all
we're
our
hosts.
instruments.
Yeah, we switched all of our instruments. We were all drummers, bass players, and guitar players.
Was
And
that, what, drop D tuning? What were you setting your guitar to there? All right, we'll get back to you on that. We
Good
also
question.
much like my orgasms,
Stop at a
I
bass.
fake it well, and I think we did well, and obviously.
How does a man fake an orgasm? Yeah, f***ing right. We have a ton going on today. We got 5 brand new music videos to show you that you have to vote for, plus 3 incredibly special guests. And who are those guests?
Oh my God! Number 1, Miles Kennedy. Number 2.
It is Stewart Copeland of The Police.
And live in the studio, we're going to introduce you to our new co-host, co-anchor, Mr. Wolfgang Van Halen of Mammoth WVH. I am so excited.
I'm so excited. It's going to be such a great episode.
I think he's going to get the job.
Plus, we've got your music news for this week, as well as the top 10 videos that you voted on. Don't forget, you vote every week using our QR code right below me.
And last week, your number 1 spot was Daughtry and Lizzie Hale with their journey cover of Separate Ways. Let's check out a quick snippet of their music video.
Love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touched and we're not separate ways. If he ever hurt you, true love.
There you have it. That was our number 1 spot last week. Daughtry and Lizzie Hale with Separate Ways, the Journey cover. And I love that song so much that I actually started to re-watch Stranger Things again.
Just because of it?
Just because of it.
And we've got music news coming up, and there are some great stories.
Oh my God! Well, the top story, we've really been blessed the last couple weeks. Ozzy's back. Iron Maiden, AC/DC, all these people are back. These are probably the greatest American rock band of all time. One of my childhood heroes. We've talked about them all the time. Aerosmith has announced they're going to be doing a farewell tour, also with the Black Crowes.
That's great. It's a great double bill, and they're calling it the Peace Out Tour. And, hopefully it's not like The Who retiring 75 times before they do their last
Mongolian
concert.
band already retired?
I'm not talking about the band who's been on our countdown. But I will say this. I mean, it's cool. They said that although Joey Kramer will always be a great member of the band and a founding member and such a big part of their sound, well, it's going to be John Douglas, their producer, Jack Douglas, who worked on Walk This Way, all those great songs, Sweet Emotion, worked with the band over the years. His son now is old enough to be their drummer. He's been with them in their Vegas residency, and he'll be playing on the 40-date tour that will be their farewell tour.
That's so sick.
Wow.
Well, this next piece of news, Matt, every year, it's actually my favorite time of year, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They honor all the greats out there. I know it's always a debatable argument, who's in, who's out, but this week they announced this year's class. Matt, why don't you tell them who got the call?
Well, one that we're very happy and excited about is Rage Against the Machine. We feel Tom Morello, Zach, and the guys deserve to be in there. They're an incredible band, and they definitely defined a vibe, a sound.
Absolutely.
And they're timeless, still influencing a lot of bands. But when it comes to rock, there's not a whole lot of other stuff that's really rock, because 2 of our favorite bands who didn't get in are Iron Maiden and Soundgarden. So we were a little disappointed. Well, I'd like to say a lot disappointed.
This final piece of news, I gotta tell you, this final piece of news is so much more important than Aerosmith reuniting, and it's so much more important than the Rock Hall news. This news blew apart the industry this week.
Literally.
It devastated. It was, some say the news was silent, but it was deadly news.
Deadly.
Silent but deadly is it's not what happened to you.
Guys, I think we should be serious here for a moment.
We'll try.
This news broke. This week.
It broke like air.
This news broke. This broke, but Sleep Token, the band that we don't know the identity of. We also don't know the identity of who did this.
Yes. But why don't we
will
watch
after
it right
this,
now?
Let's watch the
check
footage.
this out.
Let's just watch it and you can, you know.
Then we'll dissect it.
Yes, yes.
You know, I that was always a fear of mine, going to a rock show and like having gas. I've eaten a lot of Mexican food that night.
Like
right
during
before
the
I go.
breakdown?
Yeah, and worrying that like I was going to like really embarrass myself and make really have to make a really abrupt exit.
Still to come, we got 5 brand new music videos and the top 10 countdown as voted by you. So let's get into those new music videos. Our first one that we have comes from Stained. This is the first song that they put out in what, nearly 10 years? Or 12 years?
12 years since they put out new music, which is really great.
Yes, and they announced a brand new record. We don't know when we're getting that quite yet, but this is the first single that they've given us. It's Lowest in Me.
I feel the chaos and the melody, and I can't escape the bitterness I can't change. You bring out the lowest that I have, lowest that I have in me.
Stained with their first single in over 12 years. And our second new music video this week comes from Beartooth. This is titled Sunshine, and I found out that Caleb Shomo, the vocalist, wrote this song when he moved to Los Angeles from Ohio in his home studio, and it's about seasonal depression.
Well, it makes sense, and obviously Beartooth, as you know, they famously have a different Pantone color for every vibe, and this one's a little brighter. I actually heard that they when Metallica announced their album coming out, Yellow, they were like, oh! And they moved the yellow a little away from the other. Like, it's a close yellow, but yellow is having a moment.
It is, it is.
Yes.
So let's check out this music video from Beartooth. It's Sunshine.
Don't care for a minute if no one's gonna get it. Let's try selling our souls. Let's try selling our souls. Let's try selling our souls. Living in filth, can't look at myself 'cause I know what I'm gonna say. The spirit I lost, the years it cost, the reasons I'm scared to slay.
All right, that's Beartooth with their hit new song, Sunshine. Caleb, I don't think has worn a shirt in many, many years now.
All right, when we come back, we still have 3 brand new music videos for you and the top 10 countdown as voted by you.
And we'll have Wolfgang Van Halen of Mammoth WVH in the studio and Miles Kennedy. That's all coming up on the Power Hour here on Access TV. Don't let me catch you tuning out.
Welcome back to the Power Hour. It's Katie Babs. Of course, I'm joined with my wonderful hosts, Josh and Matt, but we also have a very special guest, Wolfie! Wolfgang Van Halen!
Wolfgang Van Halen is here with us.
Wow.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting. I'm excited to, thanks for, this is a wonderful new job. I love it.
Well, we're auditioning you this week. But I mean, we're going to have you come back when you're not on tour. And I know you've got a lot of touring coming up, right? But, we're so excited that you could join us today.
Yeah.
Wolfgang, because you've had a #1 video on here at multiple weeks, and who knows where it's going to be today. We're not really sure yet, but...
We haven't seen the list ourselves.
Yes,
so.
yes. So we'll find out soon. They're keeping that from us. But I got to talk to you about how great the new single is. Talk to me about making the new album, because what I love that you do is you kind of just get in your head, and then you end up writing this music and playing all the instruments on it. Like your heroes, like Prince and Dave Grohl and Trent Reznor. Talk to me about working on the second record. What was different than the first time?
Oh man, I think the big difference between the first one and this one was that I think I came into it with a lot more confidence, a lot more, because with the first album I was trying to figure out what the hell it was and if I could even do it. But now after touring for 2 years and singing constantly, I think I was able to challenge myself and be a better singer, be a better guitar player. Like there's a lot more solos. I think I do a lot more crazy things singing that I wouldn't have been able to do in the first album. So I think that's the one thing is the confidence in comparison.
I think that's great, and I got to say, it was great to bring you on stage at the Whiskey Go-Go after you got off the Guns N' Roses shows, and you played every instrument, and I was just in awe. I was blown away, guys. Like how amazing he was. and everything. So thank you so much. And now maybe even as a co-host of the Power Hour, which I love. You certainly are this
Well,
week.
if you know
Hey,
this,
man,
he's
I'm
gonna.
happy to be here.
He's not only gonna go host, but just like the video, he's actually gonna be our cameraman. He's actually gonna do every role here.
And he's going to edit the show this weekend before he goes back out.
He's
on
gonna
tour.
edit it, and he's gonna run our social
Yeah.
media account.
We're keeping him very, very busy. But one thing I want to know about you being in the studio, and I'm sure you do a lot from home as well, is your mom there every step of the way?
She is the proudest mom ever. Yeah,
She really is. Her Instagram handle is like Wolfie's mom,
Wolfie's
right?
mom, yeah.
We love your mom, man.
She couldn't be more proud, and you know what? That's you gotta love it.
You do.
Well, Wolfie, I hope you can join us. We're about to play 3 more new videos this week for some great artists, and we would love for you to join us and also tell us what you think if you're down.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, here's the next video. This is from a band called Empire State Bastard, made up of members of both Biffy Clyro and legendary Slayer drummer Dave Lombardo. Let's check it out. This one's called Harvest. All right, that was Harvest from Empire State Bastard. I gotta say, I love that name.
It's a great name,
cool.
absolutely.
Great name.
That one kind of reminds me of Cage the Elephant a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
very on the European rock spectrum. I dug that. I thought it was pretty cool.
I think it's really cool.
And our next video is Rancid, Tomorrow Never Comes. Rancid, Tomorrow Never Comes. They're going to be on Louder Than Life and Aftershock Festival this year, and that's going to be a really exciting show.
I can't wait.
It's good to have Rancid music back. You know, they put out a new album. It has been years since they've released something. It's coming out in just a few weeks. They got back together with Brett Gurewitz from Bad Religion,
Yep.
who is also the head of Epitaph Records. He produced this record. And Tim Armstrong, I got to spend a lot of time with him. We were hanging out a lot during the pandemic, and he grew that major beard that you see with him right there. I mean, I was thinking about doing it myself, but I look like shit.
Would you ever do the? Now he has the beard, but he has the spider web tattoo on the head. Is that something
You know what? I've had
you're thinking about?
You know, it's something that my girlfriend's not fond of me looking at. She thinks Tim looks great. But I
Do
don't-
it temporary. Do it temporary. And
temporary, the spider head tattoo. Have
Just
you
to
seen
test it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do
There are
that.
so many people that we could dress Matt up as. Like for Halloween, we want him to be David of Disturbed, of course, because we want to put like the tusks on
It's
his.
a fresh canvas.
Yes,
it can be
it's
used,
great.
right? Right, Wolf? Wolf, I'm telling you, we're gonna do it.
We still got one more, don't we?
Ooh.
We do, and this is Des Rocks from New York, and this is called Never Ending Moment. That's brand new music from Des Rocks, and that's called Never Ending Moment.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think Des rocked.
He did.
Wow!
There we go.
Look at
I
this
love it.
guy.
I love
sorry,
it.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Wolf is here with the hot takes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When we come back, we still have your top 10 music videos as voted by you, plus 2 interviews. One with Stewart Copeland and this guy's best friend, Miles Kennedy.
All right, welcome back, guys. Still to come, we have our top 10 videos, and of course, Miles Kennedy, your best buddy. He's coming in here to chat with us.
Yes. From
I say, I don't know. How about you guys? I want to hear a little. I'm feeling a little Metalingus.
Let's do it!
I say let's play a little Mengalingus. Can't even say it. My tongue was tired from all the Metalingus.
We're gonna use it. Let's go. Let's go.
Drive to my knees when all right.
Miles Kennedy, what's going on, guys?
Not much. Good to see y'all.
A round of applause.
Yeah.
He can't get rid of me.
I know.
Let's talk about that. Talk about, well, you guys, I got to ask you this, Miles, and I'll let Wolfie answer as well. Always loved the fact that you guys will go out and tour together. Talk to me about how your friendship started.
Man, we met in 2007. It was in Baltimore, and I was obsessed with Blackbird, their second album, and I heard that like through management, they're like, "Oh, Alter Bridge is playing down the street. It's like, do you think they could come to soundcheck?" And they did, and I was just losing my mind, and they came to watch us play soundcheck, and I just had to act cool in front of these guys who I thought were awesome.
Yeah.
And,
And all these
And
years.
were you guys acting cool watching that sound check? Because I can't imagine that was
Yeah.
probably a mutual respect going on there.
Oh yeah. We were trying to keep it all together. And it's funny you should bring that story up because recently on my phone, you know how it has like memories will pop up, and I was trying to be real like on the down low when you guys were sound checking. I recorded some of it and it forgot about it.
Bootleg in the Van Halen show.
Like in the sound check, and it came up and I was like, oh man.
So Pawns and Kings tour, you're gonna have the new album coming out, which we're really excited about. Mammoth 2, man, it's coming out August 4th. Are you guys excited to get on the road and do these songs?
very much so, especially because this album is a bit heavier and more aggressive, and you know I wrote it with like the live show in mind.
I've heard quite a bit of it. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's really good.
Honestly, Miles was a huge help, you know, because before the Europe tour we did last, was it November?
Yeah.
I had recorded some of the music and I showed just the music to him, but I, you know, as a budding lyricist, I was having a lot of trouble trying to figure out, you know, how am I going to write to this melodically and everything, and I asked him for advice, and the advice he gave me really helped make the album possible. So.
Who would you, if you could collaborate, if you did a dream collaboration, who would that be?
And why is the answer Wolfgang Van Halen?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was easy.
You got the answer. That was super easy.
Actually, we talked about that. That would be great. We should do something.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would-
Too
I would-
easy. It's
I
too
would love
easy.
that. But if it was not Wolfgang, you know what? It would be maybe Stevie Wonder, even though that's maybe, like that's the Stevie Wonder for me was that's the first like actual memory I have as a human being was when Stevie Wonder was on Sesame Street, and my mom and I were talking about this recently, just like the effect that it had on me as a kid. Like it was such a big moment.
Now, you know, you famously sing the theme song for the wrestler Edge, who is, you know, retired for many years, has made a stunning comeback.
As a member of U2.
Different Edge.
Okay.
Different Edge.
Yeah.
But close. When are we going to see Alter Bridge play at WrestleMania?
That's a really good question. I think it was talked about at one point, and I don't know why it didn't come to fruition, but I think that would be great. That would be fantastic.
Metalingus,
Yeah.
and I would love for you to explain what Metalingus is.
Yeah, it's a little different than
to all of us.
Explain it, Miles.
Miles, can
Do
you
it.
Explain it.
this?
Tell us.
Give
Tell
us
us.
the
Honestly,
list.
What does it mean?
It's you know what? It was actually a working title when we were putting the song together, and I think it was Mark's idea. Mark was just, we were writing on the board. You know, you're writing on the board and you're doing pre-production, and it was just like, let's call it Metalingus, and we just thought it was funny. And it's 20 years later, here we are.
Well, Miles, thank you so much for Metalingusing with us today here on the Power
Anytime.
Hour. I think we're ready. I've been properly Metalingused.
Few times.
Do you guys know each other that well to be Metalingusing, or?
Those who
Well,
know, those who know. You'll see on tour. You'll see.
Yeah.
But we can't wait to see you guys on tour this summer with Seven Dust and
Dude,
and
dream
Mammoth.
tour.
Tour.
Growing up to
Seven
play
Dust,
both
too.
with Alter Bridge and Seven Dust, if you told Wolfie from 10 years ago, he'd be losing it.
That's so
And I'm
cool.
still losing it, so
That's
that's
so
amazing.
cool.
Looking forward to
Well,
it.
we can't wait to see you out there. Thank you so much for coming on the Power Hour, and we'll see you soon, bud.
Thank you guys. It's great to see you all.
Oh, I'm so excited to see him at Welcome to Rockville. We're all gonna be there.
I love that guy.
You know what, man? He always delivers. His voice is so great live, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
jealous. He's
Yeah.
incredible.
So are you going to hang out with us and help us present the 10 videos of the week that our viewers have chosen?
Well, I work here now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Contractually-
is that why they're
contractually-
sending me away in 2 weeks? I didn't know that.
Where do you think your song is landing this week?
Is it landing anywhere? I don't think it will.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah! Let's
Okay.
get things started!
All right, we're going to show our top 10 videos right now. They're the ones that you voted for. And once again this week, for every video that you see, don't forget to vote on the QR code. We're going to start at number 10 with the band from Michigan known as Greta Van Fleet's Meeting the Master at number 10. That's Greta Van Fleet at number 10 from their forthcoming album, and they're going out on a world tour from July to September. And Sam Kishka, the bass player of the band, says it's continuing with the same themes that they had on their last album, The Battle at Garden's Gate.
All right, moving on to number 9 this week. It's from Ghost, and a lot of bands like covering this band, Genesis. It's Jesus, He Knows Me.
I'm counting my blessings, and I found true happiness, 'cause I'm getting richer day by day. You can find me in the phone book, just call my toll-free number. You can do it any way you want, just do it right away.
The number 9 spot this week goes with their Genesis cover of Jesus, He Knows Me. What you think?
Badass.
Yeah, they're really cool. And you know, they cover a lot of other bands that we love too, Josh, like Stranglers, Television. They even do Tina Turner's We Don't Need Another Hero from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I mean, they are pulling from everywhere.
I feel like they make a lot of songs a lot better.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna go to our top 10 videos, and we're gonna see where Wolfie ranks on that list.
Welcome back to the Power Hour. Don't forget to vote for your favorite videos with the QR code, and we've still got the top 8 to go. I'm Matt Pinfield,
I'm Katie Babs.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
And I'm Wolfgang Van Halen.
and Wolfgang is our new co-host here. In case you were wondering or didn't understand, how great is it to have the great Wolfgang Van Halen with us every single week? And
Pretty amazing.
What can't he do?
yeah,
He can do everything!
first of all,
Yeah, I'm editing the show. I'm behind the camera right now too.
Yes.
It's you know.
It's pretty
gotta work it
amazing.
out
He's a
for me.
magician.
yeah, and then he's going to leave here. He's going to play drums, keyboards, bass, guitar, and he's going to sing.
He's going to do a phenomenal job, as well as continue counting down the top 8 songs that we have here on the Power Hour.
Now, we should let you do this because I always
Of
feel
course.
that if there's Canadian love going on, and I was very sorry to hear about Gordon Lightfoot passing away because, you know, he was a national treasure and a great, amazing folk artist and songwriter. But on an up note, let's talk about the next band.
Yes, Saint Asonia with Devastate. First of all, this is the original vocalist of 3 Days Grace, of course. And a couple weeks back, Adam got on stage with 3 Days Grace for the first time in over 10 years. He performed Riot and Never Too Late in Huntsville, Alabama on the Shine Down tour. And he said he was so nervous getting back on stage with them, but said that it felt so good. So I hope that means that for the 20-year anniversary of their self-titled debut record, that he will join them for something more. So
Let's
here you
hope.
go, Saint Asonia at number 8 with Devastate.
Even when you breathe, I can't stand to see you medicate fake. It's all one and the same, nothing to believe. All you ever do is devastate.
Number 8 is Devastate from Saint Asonia. It's Katie Babs here with Josh, Matt, and Wolfie. We're having a great time doing this countdown, and thanks for helping us out.
Hey, happy to be here.
And you might even be in the countdown because
No
you're
way.
some fans out there
Who
are voting for you
knows?
guys, which I think is very cool.
You brought that briefcase full of cash, yes?
Yes. Yes. There's a bail involved.
Now, for our number 7 spot, do you maybe want to intro
Yeah,
this one?
sure. Yeah, let's go. All right. At number 7, we've got Nobody by Avenged Sevenfold. This song kicks ass. And that was number 7, Nobody by Avenged Sevenfold.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a great track, and of course they're talking about the new record.
Yeah, and we're going to
Life
see
is
them
but
at
a dream.
Welcome to Rockville and Sonic Temple. Wolf, do you have a preference of video? Do you like animated over, say, a live performance videos? Any sort of music video genre that appeals to you more?
I think the more creative, the better.
So it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
whether
it can be anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as it's creative. I love what you did in your new video because you got all your boys in it from the band, like Ronnie and all the guys. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just such good dudes too.
Oh, they're the best.
I mean,
Well, speaking of creative videos, the next
Yeah.
one is incredible.
So good. I love this music video. It's for Seven Dust and their latest single, Fence. I'm so glad that they gave this to us because it kicks ass. I'm obsessed with this song.
Oh man, it's got some early like Seven Dust home vibes.
Yes, that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
It does.
Old school Seven Dust is being brought back to 2023. They're at number 6 with Fence this week. Seven Dust with Fence at number 6 this week. I am obsessed with that song. I feel like we're really getting old school Seven Dust with that one.
And we can see it all summer long on tour.
With this guy!
we're
He's going to see it every night.
It's going to be incredible. Now, our next video, guys, is from our friends Papa Roach. Let's check it out. Cut the Line this week. Cut the Line. It's at number 5, and the guys are still in the process of shooting a new video for it, so we'll probably have that here on the Power Hour for you very soon. I got to ask you about this one, Wolfie, because you just did those shows with Metallica. You're out on tour with them. Yeah. So, that's got to be an incredible experience. Do you think it was one of the things that was, really prompted it or gave them the idea to take you out was when you and Lars met at the Taylor Hawkins tribute show? I heard there was a
I feel like that could have been it. That's when I met Lars at Wembley, and he was super, super kind. And then a couple weeks later, we got the ask, and I couldn't believe it.
How incredible would it be to put yourself in your shoes when you were so much younger and be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to be opening up for Metallica one day. That is insanity.
Absolutely nuts, especially with the insane in the round giant donut stage they got going on. It is quite the trip. So here, check it out. Number 4, Sleeping My Life Away by Metallica.
Wake me, sleepwalk my life away.
That was number 4, Sleeping My Life Away by Metallica.
Well, we've still got our top 3 videos to go, and will Wolfgang be one of them? We'll have to find out. Stick around. But in the meantime, coming up, we've got Stuart Copeland of the Police. We'll catch up with him.
It's all coming up on the Power Hour here on Access TV. Welcome back to the Power Hour. It's Katie Babs.
I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Josh Van Halen.
And I'm Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yes, and I'm Matt Bernstein this week. And Babs.
We still got your top 3 videos to come, but we have a special guest joining us right now, don't we?
I want to know, you're a big fan of Stuart Copeland's, right?
Absolutely. He played the Taylor Hawkins gig at Wembley, and I nervously walked up to him and just told him that he was amazing, and he was very kind.
So I know you're a Police fan too. Like, who isn't? They made some of the greatest records of all time, and this is certainly one of them. Let's check this out. From their album Regatta de Blanc, came out back at the end of 1979. It's Messages.
I hope that someone won't get smiled. I hope that someone gets smiled. I hope that someone gets my messages.
Stuart, welcome to the show. It's great to have you, man.
My pleasure to be here with y'all. Look at you guys.
It's great. I'm here with Josh Bernstein. Of course, we're here trying out as our co-host Wolfgang Van Halen,
Trying to get the part.
Yes,
Come on,
and
I can
Katie
tell you
Babs.
already, he's got the job.
Yeah,
Wore my fancy coat. I'm here. I'm ready.
yeah. You guys met. Tell us about when you guys had met before.
Yeah, super briefly at the Hawkins tribute at Wembley. I remember I nervously walked up to you and told you how big of a fan I was, and my fiance as well.
Oh, shucks. Was that not an incredible day?
Man, that was, I mean, with the emotional weight of it all, that was one of the most special things I think I've ever been a part of, certainly. So.
Well,
incredible.
me too. I mean, I've been involved in a lot of things, but I think that was probably the biggest show day ever.
Now, Stewart, I got to tell you this story because, man, it's like a long time ago, 1978. So I was a huge fan from the beginning, and I came to see you guys play the Outlanders to More tour. It was Philadelphia, the Walnut Street Theater, 1978. But when I went to buy the tickets, okay, it was called Ticketron then, not Ticketmaster, you'll remember. Yeah, the guy behind the counter.
Probably $17.
No, you know how much it cost this show? It cost $2. It was a $2 low show to see the Police.
We were dreaming
That
of
is
charging
incredible.
$17.
Yeah, yes, it was. At that time, $17 was a lot of money for a concert. The asshole behind the counter at the Ticketron, he looks at me and goes, "Yeah, you know this band, the Police?" He goes, "You better enjoy them while you can, because they're going nowhere." And all I gotta say about that guy's, you know what? F that guy. In the words of
That guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty much everyone's experience in rock and roll is that you ain't going nowhere
Yeah,
until next time I see you, you're at Dodger Stadium.
that's right.
Wow, I love it.
I love that.
And Stewart, there's one thing I like to ask musicians who have been doing this for pretty much their entire lives. When you are a musician, a lot of the times they like just jam out, you know, that's what they do every day. But is there something out of the ordinary, like a
I
hobby
do that
you
here
have?
all the time. We jam out. My buddies come over here. This whole studio here is all wired for sound. Every amp has got a mic on it. The drums are all mic'd up. Everything, the Hammond, it's all wired for sound. So when my Chuckle buddies come over here, and I got cameras around the room as well.
We got to talk about your new record too, which is Police Deranged for Orchestra.
Well, the next tracks coming out are going to be a little more adventurous than Every Breath. That's kind of the straightest shot choice. You know, the record company figured, got to go with that one. That's the huge hit. But some of the other things, Tea in the Sahara, Demolition Man, Message in a Bottle, those are some pretty messed up versions. I think you'll hear the bits that you like, but I have indulged in a little game of hide the hit occasionally. But what it is since leaving, since the Police, I don't know how many decades ago, I had a film, 20 years as a hired gun film composer. One day, I started adding obscure Police songs that I wrote in there just as instrumentals. And they went over so well that I figured, how about we play some hits? And once the scalpel was out, the orgy began. So that's how we get to Derangements, and that's how we get to For Orchestra.
Yeah.
With me banging stuff as well, of course.
You gotta bang stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, back to the Taylor tribute. I thought one of the great parts of that event was it was also sort of a love letter to drumming in general, right? There were so many, I'm sure, of your contemporary fellow
Well,
drummers.
what it was a giant audition for who the next Foo Fighters drummer's going to be.
So true. That is so
I guess that leads to my
Imagine
next
the Foo
question,
Fighters
Stewart. Do you have
got
anything you want to tell
in
us?
front of 80,000 people. In front of 80,000 people, they got to get everybody from me to Chad to, everybody
Josh
was
Freese,
there.
yeah.
Omar holding it down, Josh, everybody was there. All got their chance to be a Foo Fighter for 2 songs.
Do you have a question, Wolf?
I guess maybe from a drummer's perspective, I've always been interested, and it was phenomenal to be able to actually watch you play up close during the Taylor shows. What goes into your left hand?
Well, I can tell you that the reason I'm more comfortable because I was raised back in the ancient times when orthodox grip was what all drummers did. Now, the reason why all drummers did that is the history of the snare drum. The snare drum came from marching, and they would march with this cylindrical thing between their legs, and if it's like that, they're bouncing. But if they turn it on its side, there's room for their knees to move under it because it's at kind of an angle. And so it sits at an angle, so this drum's like that. To try and play like this is uncomfortable, so they turn this hand around, so this hand goes like that. And that's where the orthodox grip came from, because the snare drum used to be at that angle. Now, in 1898, one D.D. Chandler invented the most important invention of American culture. which was the bass drum pedal. Now, the reason that was so important was because the bass drum pedal enabled one guy to play the bass drum and the snare drum, and he still got a hand free to play a cymbal or a hi-hat or anything like that. And therefore, what used to be done by 3 guys is now being done by 1 guy, which means groove in one body, holding these rhythmic elements together the way no 3 people can, and took us to the backbeat. But that backbeat, which is the most distinctive feature of American culture, derives from the invention of the bass drum pedal. Where were we?
He would be a great music
That
teacher.
is a good answer.
I would absolutely take that class for sure.
Yeah, I would
could
take
just
your
sit here.
music class.
Can we cancel the show and just like
Yeah,
listen to that?
yeah, we're gonna just do that. We're gonna do like a.
Well, nowadays, young drummers have turned that snare drum like this, which is perfectly logical. So Taylor and Chad and all the rest of them could just play like that, and makes perfect sense.
I only have one final follow-up question, and it's a follow-up question for Wolf, and that's can he come over and have a play date with you in your studio?
Yes,
and you guys, he's too nervous to ask you, but I'm going to ask for him. If he can come over and
Come
have a
on
play
down.
date.
Bring some buddies.
Stewart, on behalf of all of us here, thank you so much for joining us in the Power Hour. Huge fans, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, legend.
Well, thanks, guys. I will see you later. Have a great show.
Guys, I thought that was great. I've always wanted to tell Stuart Copeland's story of seeing for $2. That was like a big deal for me, and he was nice to us when we were kids.
Oh yeah,
I didn't, you know.
got a whole lesson about the bass drum. That's wonderful. Yeah.
He's still so sweet. He's so nice.
All right, still to come, we have your top 3 videos up next.
Welcome back to the Power Hour on Axis TV. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Katie Van Halen.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
And I'm Wolfgang Babs.
That's right.
So it's weird, I didn't know if Sevenfold or Seven Dust would come in at number 7, but Sevenfold beat out Seven Dust.
At least one of them made it.
Yes.
At least one of them. Yeah. It just made sense. And if it didn't, I don't know.
I love that Seven Dust track. That Fence is so good. It
Old
really,
school Seven Dust.
Yeah,
Is that your favorite
it takes
song
you
on this
back
thing?
to the home, the black. Like it takes you to all of that, and I'm totally digging it. And
plus-
it really makes me look forward to the rest.
That video is really fun.
It is good.
But we're gonna get into our top 3 music videos, and this song was previously your number 1. It's Shine Down with Dead Don't Die this week on the Power Hour.
It's pretty boring, isn't it? This existence. Might as well not take beer off the table.
The dead don't die, the heart still beats, head held high, I haunt these streets, lies kill me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die.
There you have it, number 3, Shine Down with Dead Don't Die, who just announced a massive tour. Who are they taking out?
Papa Roach, Spirit Box, and maybe Matt Pinfield.
Yeah. I've asked to be added to a few of the dates.
Well, I feel like if Matt went out, maybe one of the songs that he would perform would be a Journey cover, maybe?
No.
Separate Ways,
You're just confusing me with other bald men, like Chris Daughtry at this point in time, right? And
Well, speaking of Chris Daughtry,
speaking of great baldies, Chris Daughtry with Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm. And number 2, you put it at number 2 this week. It was number 1 last week, which means we have a new number 1. Here it is.
You'll never walk alone. Take care, my love. Miss your love. Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you how it touched and when our separate ways.
And that's Chris Daughtry and Lizzie Hale with Separate Ways, their Journey covered.
I think we might have a
think that's the end of
new
the-
number 1.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what is it?
I thought that was the last song. We should probably just wrap this show
Yeah,
up.
okay, see you later, guys.
Well, thanks for coming by and hanging out with us this week on the Power Hour.
We'll let you know how we're gonna post the host list on the wall.
Drum roll, please. We have a new number 1, and it goes to Wolfgang Van Halen, aka Mammoth WVH, with another celebration at the end of the world. Woo!
Song title so long it doesn't even fit on the board.
congratulations, #1 this week.
And you're
you
back
very
at the
much.
#1 spot.
That's crazy. I thought I already did my time up there.
Speech.
Very exciting. And we're going to talk about next week's episode pretty quickly. We'll see if you're here or not. Maybe you got the job, maybe you didn't.
I hope I did. I hope I got it. I hope I got it.
Cross some fingers. But who do we have in studio next week?
Next week, one of my childhood idols, I can't believe he's going to be coming here on the show, but Mr. Weird Al Yankovic is going to be coming by. It's such an honor, so cool. And of course, Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch also coming in the studio.
Yeah.
But also, don't forget, you get to vote on all these music videos. Get that QR code right below us. It's super easy, and this is all up to you.
We want to thank you for voting every week and showing us your love and passion for rock and roll. Remember to use the QR code. Let's check out one of the new videos we debuted this week. It's the one that's pretty happy from Beartooth, Sunshine. Let's check out a little bit of that. Well, everybody, that's the Power Hour for this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for voting on the videos. And thank you for hanging out with us every week because we love rock as much as you do. Until next week, I'm Matt Pinfield.
No, I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Matt Pinfield.
For Katie Babs, Josh Bernstein, and Wolfgang Van Halen, this has been the Power Hour on Axis TV. We'll see you next week. And don't miss it.